Class 8th, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back once again to your biology online class. In my last lecture, I had taken up the antibodies and antigens, and based on them only, I had taken up the blood groups. Let's revise it. So, in 1900, Karl Landsteiner, he identified blood groups in humans, and the blood of all human beings is of 4 types on this basis, and this system of blood groups is ABO system. Is that clear? And the type of blood groups depend on the presence or absence of antigens and antibodies. Now, blood group A, you can see, contains the antigen A, and it contains the antibody B in plasma. Is that clear? Antigen A and antibody B. And blood group B contain the antigen B and antibody A. Is that clear? And blood group AB contain the antigen A and B both, and none of the antibodies. And similarly, blood group O contains none of the antigens, just contain the antibodies A and B. This whole system of blood group is known as ABO blood groups. Then what is blood transfusion? Now, when a person is in need of blood, when he or she is dealing with a particular disease whereas hemoglobin drops down, becomes anemic, or he or she has met with an accident, there has been excessive bleeding, then there is need of blood from some other person, and this process of transfer of blood from one person to another is known as blood transfusion. Is it clear? And the healthy person who gives the blood is called as the donor, and the person who is receiving the blood is known as the recipient. So before the blood transfusion is done, the blood group of the recipient as well as the donor have to be matched, because if they are not matched and there is a mismatch between them, then what will happen? It can even lead to the death of a person, and just because of the clumping of the red blood cells, they collect at one place and they are not able to perform their function anymore. So there is clumping of RBC and the person dies. So we should be very careful while the transfusion of blood is being done. I had told you that on the basis of the presence and absence of another factor in blood, that is Rh factor, a person blood has to be transfused. Is that clear? And a person having this factor is known as Rh positive, and a person who is lacking it is known as the Rh negative person. So if a person has blood group A, then he can give blood to both A and AB, while a person can receive the blood group from A and O only. A blood group B person can give blood to B and AB and can receive blood from B and O. Similarly, with blood group AB, he can give blood only to AB but can receive it from anyone, A, B, O or AB. And blood group O can give blood to everyone, that is all the 4 blood groups, but not receive it from anyone except his own blood group, that is blood group O. So this is the blood type compatibility chart. Here the negative and positive all are given, and in your course it is just the general, that is A, O, B and AB, without the mention of the Rh factor. So blood group AB is known as the universal recipient, just because he can receive blood or he can get the blood transfused from anyone. Is that clear? From all the 4 blood groups. While blood group O is known as the universal donor, just because he or she can donate the blood to all the blood groups, that is A, AB, B and O. Is it clear? So let's proceed on further today. to the lymphatic system. Now I had told you what is extracellular fluid or intercellular fluid. The blood flows in the capillaries of tissues. Is that clear? And when they flow, what happens is that there is leak out of the plasma and leukocyte through the walls of the capillaries. You can see these things leaking out of the walls of the capillaries. Is that clear? So this fluid which has leaked out and has occupied the space between the tissues, this is known as the extracellular fluid or tissue fluid or intercellular fluid, and it is colorless fluid and it is present between the cells of the tissues, and the cells absorb oxygen and whatever nutrient from the tissue fluid, and in turn it gives the carbon dioxide and other waste back into it. So let's study in detail about this system. So what is the lymphatic system? Now whatever tissue fluid is there, it is reabsorbed by the blood vessel. It is absorbed again by the blood vessel through which it had leaked out. But the most of the fluid enters a system of thin walled channels. This you can say these thin walled channels that you can see in green. This fluid enters these channels, and this system is called as the lymphatic system. And this system consists of the lymph nodes that you can see them in the form of these round circles green, and these lines that you can see, these are the lymphatic or lymph vessels. So this system basically consists of the lymph nodes and the lymph vessels. So I told you whatever fluid that has leaked out of the blood vessel, most of it is present in these lymph vessels and lymph nodes. Is that clear? What is lymph? Now I've already told you it is a colorless fluid and it lacks RBCs and platelets. There are no platelets and RBCs present in it. It just contains the white blood cells and mostly lymphocyte. Okay? It does not contain RBC or it does not contain any platelets. These are absent from the lymph. Is that clear? And the cellular part only consists of the special WBCs, that is the lymphocytes. These are the special WBCs and these are known as the lymphocyte. Now the cellular component basically consists of water along with the protein, enzymes and antibodies. Is that clear? This is the non-cellular or the fluid part of lymph, that it just contains the water, protein, enzymes and antibodies. So we can even say that it is a clear colorless water fluid derived from tissue fluid and contained within lymph vessel, and it just contains the special WBCs which are known as the lymphocytes, and they flow in the lymph vessels. What are the various functions of lymph? So what is the function of the lymph is basically the lymphocytes which are present, the special WBCs which are present in the lymph, they protect the body against diseases. So protection against the diseases is the most important function of lymph. Then it supplies nutrients to the different parts of the body. Whatever nutrients that have been collected in the form of lymph, they are supplied to the different parts of the body. Then what does it carry along with it? It carries all the waste from the tissue fluid. All the waste is carried from the tissue cells, and it maintains the composition of the tissue fluid. Then it absorbs fat from the small intestine through lymphatic vessels, the lacteals located in the intestinal villi. So lymphocytes are present in lymph. They protect the body against diseases. Apart from this, it supplies nutrients to the different parts of the body and remove the waste from the tissue cell. It maintains the composition of the tissue fluid and it absorbs fat from the small intestine through lymphatic vessels, the lacteals. And how it is doing this? You see in this picture. Now here you can see how the inside of the surface of the intestine is. That is, it is not like this, not smooth like this, but it is broken up, or it throws out projections like these. These are known as the villi, and these intestinal villi, one of the magnified view of the intestinal villi has been given, and this just because the surface is shows such projection in order to increase the surface area for absorption. So one of these, the intestine villi, you can see the lacteal over here. Is that clear? This is the lymphatic vessel which is situated inside, of which is present inside the intestinal villi and help in the absorption of fat. Now here you can see the fine tubes, and these are called as the lymph vessels, that you can see in green, very fine tubes, and they have thin valves and thin walls as well as valves. Is that clear? And they carry the fluid which is known as the lymph, which I have shown you. This is the thin lymph vessel, and the lymph vessel carry the lymph into the lymph node. Yeah, this is the lymph node, and fresh lymph vessels arise from lymph nodes. You can see everywhere they are the lymph vessels arising from the single lymph node that is there, which are small globular masses of lymphatic tissue, and they are present in the head, neck, armpits, and groin. That these are the areas where the lymph nodes are present. These lymph vessels pour the lymph into the right atrium through veins, and the fluid, that is the lymph, again comes into circulation as blood. So the lymph vessels are doing what? They are pouring the lymph into the right atrium through veins. So whatever lymph is there and passes through the lymph vessel, it is poured back into the right atrium, that is back to the heart through the veins. You can see this, how it is being done. It is an elaborate system, but you should remember that lymph vessel pour the lymph into the right atrium through the veins, and the fluid again comes in circulation and back to the blood. Then lymph node, I have told you, they are small globular masses of lymphatic tissue, and they are present in the head, neck, armpits and groin. They are important for the proper functioning of immune system. Is that clear? And we know that thymus, you can see the position of thymus, tonsils inside your mouth, in the neck region, in your throat region, then thymus, the spleen, they are masses of lymphoid tissue. Is it clear? So you can see here there are common causes of swollen lymph nodes, generally in cases of infection, and this infection can both be viral, like common cold, or even tuberculosis or arthritis. It is also a common cause of, or it is also a common symptom of cancer, where we have swollen lymph node. And cancer, we all know, that is a deadly disease in which the cell divide uncontrollably and destroy the body tissue. That is, those cells are not normal cells which are dividing, but they are cancer cells, unhealthy cells, and which take the place of the healthy tissue, all the healthy cells in the body. And generally it is a deadly disease if not treated on time. Then this table is the difference between the lymph and the blood. It is the first difference, that is it consists of plasma and leukocyte. Lymph consists plasma and leukocytes, that is the special WBCs which are known as lymphocytes. Then Blood consists of plasma, RBCs, WBC and platelets. Is that clear? Color, this is colorless while blood is red colored. Hemoglobin is absent in lymph while it is present in blood. Then oxygen transport, that it does not carry oxygen and this carries oxygen with it. Blood is oxygen rich. We all know that whatever oxygen the body receives is through the blood only. And what is the function of the lymphocyte? Lymph, it carries material from the tissue cells to the blood, and lymphocytes protect the body against diseases, while blood carries material from one part of the body to the other. So whatever nutrients and oxygen has to be transported from cell to cell in the body, from to each and every cell of the body, it is through the blood. So these are the differences. Please go through this table. Then move on to the exercise on page number 76. First one, that is tick the correct option. Tissue fluid is present in, yes, spaces between the cells of the tissue. Then which of the following is not correct about tissue fluid? It is a colorless fluid. It contains hemoglobin. It mainly contains plasma and leukocytes, and it occupies the space between the cells of the tissues. Yes, it contains hemoglobin, doesn't contain hemoglobin. It is colorless. The lymphatic system does not consist of plasma, lymph node or lymph vessel. Yes, of course, it is plasma. Which of the following is not present in lymph? It is lymphocytes. No, they are present. Water, it is also present. RBCs and platelets. Yes, or none of these. It is RBCs and platelets are not present in the lymph. Which of the following is not a function of lymph? It protects the body against diseases. Yes, it does protect. It removes waste from the tissue cells and provides nutrition. This is right. It maintains the composition of blood. No, not the blood, just the tissue fluid. So this is the wrong statement. Not a function of lymph. It absorbs fat from the small intestine through lymphatic vessel. This is right. Then state whether the following statements are true or false and rewrite the false statement. Please try to do this on your own. Please revise the chapter. Allah Hafiz.